are my besties and my sweeties doing? How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. So, welcome to Late Night Vibes with Ine and Cece. I'm excited to be here, and today we're going to talk about the Frank Edoho's marital issue. Sometimes I just want to be left alone with stories in relation to marital issues and all of that, but there are some things I just can't help. I just have to come and share these stories with you also. That's why we're here today. So if you don't know who Frank Edoho is a television host, a Nigerian television host and a filmmaker whose second marriage is now what we're talking about, with that is trending online in relation to him accusing his wife, his ex-wife now, of cheating with another a musician, a Nigerian musician and songwriter, Chike. So Chike sang "Running, Running, Running to You." I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. I love that song. Anyway, so let's get the ball rolling. I'm here to talk about, a video that surfaced online where an interview he granted sometime where he talked about him being the king of Malice. I think that was what didn't sit right with me when that's why I've come to talk about it. Remember when I said something, I said that sometimes I just want to be away from relationship issues and focus on other things like how we can grow, and that's what I've been working on. But when I see stories like this, and I just thought, okay, I'll come and share with you. So remember to leave your thoughts in the comment section, and please be respectful and when you do that. But what I when I saw that interview that he made previously and said he's the king of Malice, it didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me at all. A man, then he was married to his second wife. We haven't heard about the cheating issue. Granted another interview where he said it's in men's nature to cheat. So let me stick with why we're here, because there are three parts to this video that I want to talk about. I want to talk about this one that didn't sit right with me, the interview that didn't sit right with me, where he said he's the king of Malice. That's the main reason why we're here. That's why I'm making this video. For someone to grant an interview and call himself a king of Malice, there's an issue with that. Didn't sit right with me at all, and I don't even understand why the second wife was still in that marriage and had to cheat on him after listening to that interview. So let me pack that to one side. And then the second part of this video will be his estranged wife, Sandra, the one he's accusing of cheating with Chike. I'll touch on that. And then I'll also touch on Chike's side as well, the musician side. So let's get the ball rolling. Now, talking about where he granted the interview that he is the king of Malice. That's a huge red flag. So this is not me beefing men, but I just have to say it as it is now. A man is in a relationship and claims he's the king of marriage. Can I ask you, or would you want to marry or be in a relationship with a man that says he's the king of Malice? Do you know what that means? That is heavy. Heavy. To say you are the king of Malice. How would you sleep with your girlfriend or your wife, not speaking to her? And then he said something about, in the line of, he will just be playing with the children. When he comes, you had the children, do you want to eat anything? Do you want anything? I'm going out, should I buy you something? And then he will just ignore the woman. That is being distant emotionally already. That's him being emotionally distant from the relationship. Now, the wife sat in that relationship, endured whatever that was going on. Now we're hearing things. So she came, now let me enter the wife's part. So now she came online and said that he accused different people that she mentioned online that he cheated on her with XYZ women, even brought the women to their house, said things about him cheating with different women whilst they were married. So he was cheating with different women whilst they were married. Why did she have to stay in that marriage? When this man granted an interview that he's the king of Malice, that is huge. I can't stay in it. It's not even happening where I'm going to be in a relationship. I'm in a relationship and my man does not speak to me. and I attempt to speak to him. If we have an issue, it should just last. In fact, that issue should be resolved the same day. We're not sleeping together in bed and you frowning. I can't even do that because why? I've trained myself to the point where I don't do things like that. That's the way, so there are some things you just want to outgrow. I've outgrown that kind of lifestyle in my early 20s. I can't imagine myself staying in a house and I'm not speaking to my man. My man is not speaking to me. I don't know. That's not even going to work. For me, that is pack your load and go. Relationship ends there. That's me. I'm not doing that. It's a no. And then he grants an interview to say he's a king of Malice. No. And then he grants an interview again to say it's in men's DNA to cheat. How? Why are some men justifying the reason why they want to cheat or why they cheat? Why? There are some men that are very, very loyal in their relationship, faithful as well. Let me put it that way. They're very faithful in their relationship. So when you people want to paint this brush of it's in their DNA to cheat, it's in men's DNA to cheat, I beg your pardon. Can you just drop that to one side? Now let's go to the next part of the video, the ex-wife Sandra. Sandra saw all these things and decided to still remain in the relationship. Remained in hurt. I don't know whatever the main stories were. We had stories. She said he was cheating. She wrote online that he was cheating and and all of that, and decided to stay. How? And then she stayed in the relationship and had an affair with Chike for over a period of time, over 6 months, over 1 year, or thereabouts. What I can't still put my head together is this king of Malice that she was with. Clearly, we can see that she was being emotionally abused. Let me put it that way. He was not there for her, right? And then she sat in the marriage, and all she could do was it like a payback or what? At the end of the day, you bear this man's name. While she was sleeping in that bed with Chike, she bore his son in Edoho. She was still Mrs. Edoho. He paid your bride price, her bride price. She didn't pay his groom price. I need to make that clear because why am I making this clear? Because some people online are saying women who are proud of her, women who are proud of Chike. Come on. There are some things people shouldn't glorify, right? People shouldn't glorify some things. It doesn't seem right with me. This king of Malice came in and, ridiculed. For me, that was like ridiculing me when if you tell my husband goes online to tell people that grants an interview that he's the king of Malice. Man, there'll be huge trouble in that house, huge palaver for even making that phrase. That's calling yourself that name. Let alone saying that it is in their DNA to cheat. And then she sat in the marriage and decided it was okay for her to also pay back by cheating on a younger guy. For me, it doesn't make sense. It's her choice, but it doesn't make sense. Just go. And this is me speaking to my fellow women, you think the relationship is not working and you found someone else, pack and go and gingerly enjoy this man that you're with. Divorce that person. Just divorce him. The word divorce is there for a reason. It should be used. Use it. Divorce the man and move on to this person that you want to stay with. There is no point in bearing Mrs. Edoho and sleeping with a man. I don't get it. That I don't get. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. Let me now move on to the Chike. So Chike granted an interview. In case you don't know, I'm running to you. I'll be running to you. I love that song. So he granted an interview saying that he likes older women. That he can't see himself dating younger girls. Right. So of all the older women in Nigeria, it must be Frank Edoho's wife that he fell in love with. Like, I don't understand. Make it make sense. All the single women, just all the single older women in Nigeria, all over the world. So it must be Frank Edoho's wife, a married woman that he fell in love with. Please make it make sense. And I don't see how people are just hyping him and praising him and saying this. You know what? Social media, eh? God mercy. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. My own opinion, my own side. What this is me. My own opinion is one. Once Frank granted that interview that he's the king of Malice, that house, there will be palaver when he comes back. And as in when I mean palaver, and that will lead to me filing for divorce. There's no way. Since she's financially stable and she listened, she watched that interview that he gave with his full chest and still sat and decided that after how many years, because from what I'm hearing that that the marriage has been in turmoil for about 2 years, it would have been a good time for her to divorce this king of Malice, divorce the king of Malice, and marry and date her chike. She didn't have to be a Mrs. Edoho and be dating. Come on. That is my take. And to the king of Malice, this is your second marriage. Change. Learn from it and tell yourself you don't want to be the king of Malice, because I don't understand how a grown-ass man will sit and make an interview and tell people the whole world that he's the king of Malice. Make it make sense. And yet you were the host for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So how do you be a millionaire? How do you support people to be millionaires when you were the king of Malice? Like how? In a house. Please, that behavior is not good. It's not acceptable, sir. Change from it, okay? And to our lovely chike, people that are supporting him, I don't understand. There are so many young ladies out, older ladies out there. Must not be married women. I rest my case. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and please be respectful when you leave your comments. Let me pack my things and leave now. Kindly remember to subscribe, like, share this video, and turn on that notification bell, like to all, so that whenever I make any video, you will be the first to see it. I love you. Stay blessed. Cheerio.